Hi, today I'm doing a Valentine's Day tutorial on my mini twist. So right now I have them up. Just gonna take them down. I have 174, I think, mini twists. I've been doing them for a little while. This is what they look like. This is about the length. So this is the shrinkage that we're working with today, which is pretty good. And I don't know, I just wanted to do a Valentine's Day hairstyle just in case you're looking for anything to do with mini twists. So I have carnations, just regular pink ones from the grocery store. And I also have them in a jam jar. We're gonna start by getting a lot of the hair out of the way and then sit further back. Separate out the hair at the top front. So I deliberately have a part going this way, but also just right above your temples. So your temples here and then right here. So you're just gonna separate that out and get that out of your way. And then we're gonna move to the back of the head so that we can do a French braid. And the French braid is essentially going to go straight down the back. So I'll just move so I can show you how that is. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you the back of my head the best that I can. We're just gonna start the French braid. I'm gonna try to walk you through it as well as I can, but I am new to French braiding, so we'll see how this goes. Alright. Actually, when we start the braid, we're gonna separate out starting here. So go all the way across the back, okay? This is about a section this big. The reason why we're coming right from the front is so that it's even. It sits more evenly when you see it from the back. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. We're gonna split our hair into 3 parts. This part in our hands. And try to make them sort of even. And we're going to take the left side and cross it over the middle so that it's in the center. And then we're going to take the right side and cross that over the middle so that it's in the center. Then we're going to hold the pieces separate with one hand and slide up until we hit that left section and just join and continue going over and into the middle. Then switch. Go up and through. Join that to the right side. Really try to keep them separate. And bring the right side over and into the middle. Don't do this too tightly because you don't want to have a headache for the whole day. So slide your hands in from the front, tracing backwards like we did that first section. Each time. Add that hair to the side that's on the left and then into the middle. Switch. Drag your hand from the front getting right to that side. Add, make sure everything's separate. And then over and into the middle. If your ends are tangling and won't separate, just add whatever end is stuck together into that section, because while your hands are busy, you don't want to be trying to pull your ends apart. That'll lead to breakage. So we're getting to the bottom of the braid and doing the same thing. Also, make sure you keep your hands close to your scalp as you go down. Okay. Now I'm just gonna lower you so that you can see the rest of the braid. Eventually I'm just gonna flip it over my shoulder though. Okay, now we bring the braid over the shoulder. I'm coming over my right shoulder because that's where I'm going to put the bun at the end. I'm continuing to braid. I'm not braiding ultra tight because I don't want the braid to look too skinny, if that makes sense. See with the light a little bit better. Tuck things in as you go along. And braid down. Once you get to where the ends are kind of thin, or just they start to taper, you can start twisting them around each other so that this is easier to take down later. Okay, and now we just have a regular old French braid. Just fluff out around so that it's not too scalpy, but since we have new twists, your scalp is going to show in a second. That's basically what it should look like. Now we can do the front part. So just take this area down. This is relatively simple. I like to cross this one over. We're gonna roll these hairs under and towards our shoulder in the back. And then bring that old section up, over, and tuck it into the top of the braid. Okay. And we're gonna do the same thing here, under, backwards towards the shoulder. Bring it up. You can either go on the top of the braid or the braid on this side. Or underneath. I'm gonna put it here in roughly the same spot and just tuck it in so the ends don't poke through. And then I'm gonna get a bobby pin. And try to make sure that it stays put. I'm not putting the pin through the twist because I've stretched them out. I'm putting them over one of the twists and into, so like this, so you're not destroying your twist, and then push it in near the scalp, and then do the same thing for the top one, just so it doesn't move around too much. And if you need to fuss with the front part, that's alright too. Just gonna add one more pin. Try to keep them as invisible as possible. Okay. Now the second part, we're gonna go to the shoulder that we flipped the hair over. Make sure everything is nice and tucked in. And we're gonna take that braid and just roll it up like this, kind of like how you think of chameleon. Roll it up, set it behind the ear, and then start to pin it in place. You're putting the pins at the bottom of that braid and sliding it in as flat as possible. Some of these might poke through your twist, and that's alright, but just try to avoid it if you can. I'm putting one in the center and getting it as flat as possible. Just make sure all of those stray hairs are tucked in. And so now, this is what we have. I'm gonna pin these in as well. You just have the carnations wherever you like, really. I kind of have a habit of adding flowers right on the side of my face. Sometimes it's a little hard to get the pin in, so what you can do is the same thing I did in the video with the roses, is put the pin on the flower first and then anchor it down with other pins at the side. So, for example, this. Like this. So that way you have something to secure everything down with a lot easier and it sits more flat. This also covers some bigger obvious parts. If your pin is too stretched out, just insert it by pinching first. So that's one. I don't think that I want the hole on this side, although I would like this to sit a little bit flatter, but it's okay. When you insert it, you can put it underneath the braid if you want. You just create a tunnel first with your finger so that you're not snagging hairs out of your twists, and then insert the flower that way. So making a tunnel holding the braid up. Making sure it's not going against any single hairs because you don't want them to break or get pulled out. And then let it just sit in there. And then when you go to take it out, you can open that area up and then slide it out and not pull the flower first. So it's up to you wherever you like to put them. I do want to put one going sort of down to the top, from the top. Just make a tunnel pathway for that flower to sit in. And just let it sit there. Close enough. Okay. Yeah, so that's a really simple, easy, sort of Valentine's Day out to. Here's what it looks like. I think this style looks nicest from the back. So I thought a dress with a lower back would look nice with it. I don't have like a whole heck ton of clothes, so this Valentine's Day we're wearing navy velvet. And that's that. Alright, thank you for watching.